This week on the DMV Lacrosse Roundup, upsets, underdogs, and overtime. We saw a stunning outcome in the WCAC, filmed classic matchups in Montgomery County and Northern Virginia, and saw an outsider rise to the top of the IAC. It's all local lacrosse action, and it's all right here.
Welcome to the show!
Let's start it off in Maryland with a critical Catholic League matchup. Early on, Panther freshman Ryan Lamb spins and buries it low to tie the game at 1. Seconds to go in the first half, and DeMatha's Grayson Terrain isolates from behind, falls on the inside roll but recovers and sticks it home. He beats the buzzer and ties the game at 3. Here he is again from up top, and he gives the Stags a 4-3 lead in the third. Fourth quarter, Nick Carpenter's high bouncer right in the corner ties it at 5. Now with under 3 minutes left, and DeMatha wins a big ground ball. Terrain feeds Matthew Justice, and he puts home the game winner. A minute later, it's the same combo. Terrain adds one more in the final seconds, and DeMatha posts a stunner. To the Commonwealth for a matchup of two of the top teams in the northern region. Stephen Klein gets Chantilly on the board first with this low-to-high shot in the corner. Then it's Mike Marson with the first of his back-to-back goals. 3-0 Chargers. Eric Scan from Westfield sticks this outside rip to get the Bulldogs on the board, but it's 4-1 Chantilly at the half. Bulldogs cut the lead to 4-3 before Daniel DiCenzo finds Bill Leslie on the crease. 5-3 Chargers after 3. Great look here by Michael Garcia, who finds Joey Esposito for the goal, and Westfield is within one again. Chantilly's Mike Marson responds, and the Chargers are up 8-6 with 3 minutes to play. Scan from outside, Cannon cuts the lead to 1, but Chantilly holds on for the home win. Back across the river for a matchup of two of the top 5 teams in the DMV. Bullis gets on the board first with some nice passing, finished by Matt Opsel. Chris Hampton scores off the sweep from up top, and it's 2-1 Bullis after 1. Late in the second, and Chad Strittmatter sticks this goal to make it 3-3, and that's where we stood at the half. Into the third, and Jack Cleary scores to give the Little Hoyas their first lead of the game. To the fourth, and Mitchell Goldberg jukes his defender and pins it in the corner to give the Bulldogs a 6-4 lead. Later in the fourth, Liam Giblin finds Brendan Collins, who ties the game at 6. But Bullis comes right back. Tyler Balestri fakes, frees his arm, and buries it high. Bullis up by 2, and Bear Alphemus comes around and cuts it to 1. Hoyas needed one to tie, but the Bulldogs held off a furious onslaught of shots before the whistle blew. Bullis is now 4-0 in the IAC. Like us on Facebook, where you can make suggestions, and follow us on Twitter for up-to-the-minute news and results. Bethesda Chevy Chase Barons visiting Walter Johnson, and this is Jake Shapiro with a worm burner that ties the game at 2 in the first. Now to the second, where Jack Cyber starts a 3-goal run for the Barons. They lead 5-2 at the half. Brett Silverman connects with the back of the net here in the third. But then the Barons go on another 3-goal run. First, it's Lucas Thompson on the feed from Cyber. Then Tommy Reingruber finishes. And finally, it's Shapiro with the goal, and the Barons led 8-3 after 3. The Wildcats added 2 in the fourth, but the Barons hold on for the upset. Back to the Commonwealth for a game between the top 2 teams in the MAC. Late in the first, and Jack O'Brien wins the faceoff and takes it all the way for the score. Potomac leads 3-1 after 1. In the second, the Huskies make a run. Nick Peterson scores back-to-back goals, This one on a backhand shuffle shot. Matt Montaigne finds Sebastian Abrigo, and it's 4-4 at the half. The Panthers came out hot in the third, Alex Prezioso scoring here and igniting a 3-goal run. After a Flint Hill goal cut it to 2, Kevin Haverman takes it from up top, and Potomac leads 8-5 after 3. Matt Carney from up top, and now it's 9-5 Potomac. The Panthers roll to an 11-5 victory. And now it's time for the College 30.
That's a great question, and the answer, unfortunately, is both. Coaches absolutely run these programs in order to, finance their programs and for development purposes, but they also recruit out of them. And what's difficult sometimes for families is understanding which bucket they might fit into. And the more salient question, I think, is there a potential recruiting benefit for me to attend this particular camp?
If you need help constructing and executing a successful college selection plan, visit bramleconsulting.com for more information.
Madlax is DC, Maryland, and Virginia lacrosse. Check out madlax.com for tryout information for the DC area's most competitive summer All-Stars program and summer camps for boys and girls. Build a strong case with Madlax.
1, 2, 3, Madlax!
Rockville is the home of the Wooten Patriots and the site of the Motive Pure Game of the Week. And what a thrill ride it was. Churchill came in as the top-ranked team in the county, and Wooten needed to make a statement after some tough losses this season. First Patriot goal of the game scored by Chris Cornelius, who swims through the center of the field and sticks it high. And we've not heard the last of him. Second quarter, Churchill trying to clear, but Danny Weinstein intercepts and hits Jake Mitchell, who puts the Patriots on top. Churchill's Lewis Dubik finds Ralph Spencer for an outside rip. And then Dubik with a chance to tie, but Matt Hoy with a spectacular save. Hoy was down with the flu and not sure if he would even play in this game. Patriots on the other end, Austin Schoenfeld to Weinstein, and it's 4-2 Wooten. Less than a minute left in the half, and John Rahm somehow squeezes in to take a shot that rattles around and trickles over the line. Moments later, Matt Leonard finds Cameron Machete, who beats Hoy with an off-stick rip. Second half, and Rahm hits Mitchell, who lays in another. Patriots up by 4. Other end, Leonard, working hard for this one, off the crossbar. Then a few minutes later, Cameron Machete isolates and blasts in another. Churchill refusing to let the game get away, but Hoy was not giving anything away, including ground balls. Leonard gets inside, but Hoy with another incredible save. 3 seconds to go in the third, and Leonard rips an astonishing 40-yard shot past Hoy. But there's some confusion regarding the clock, and the miraculous goal is called off. The Bulldogs are outraged, but Dubik channels his anger and pulls Churchill within 1. Then, Cameron Machete hits Dubik on the doorstep, but Hoy again with a stop. So they try again, and this time the cross-crease pass gets through and Dubik finishes. All tied at 7. Then Cameron Machete to brother Matt, and Churchill is on top for the first time since the first quarter. 5 minutes to go, and Cornelius has an answer. Tied again at 8. Then Weinstein isolates off the fast break, and the Patriots are back on top. Less than 30 seconds to play, and Leonard gets space and shoots. Hoy makes a great deflection, but Dubik is there for the putback. The crowd was going crazy as this game went to overtime. Wooten wins the face-off, and the ball gets on the ground in the Churchill half of the field. Kurt Brooks scoops it and makes a great pass to Cornelius, who rips a shot and sends the crowd into a frenzy. Patriots win a hard-fought battle at home and head into the tail end of the season with some great momentum. Cornelius had 3 goals on the night.
The adrenaline was just pumping through my body. I wasn't really thinking. I just kind of went nuts. So felt great, in a big game, doing Churchill rivalry. Nothing better than that.
They did a good job defending us, and I think we did a good job defending them too. So it came down to anybody's game there at the end. So I'm glad it was us.
Oh, we needed this. This is division. This is our mentality going into playoffs. Like Churchill, the big name this year, even though we thought we deserved it after the 6 regional titles, so we especially need to back it up on our home field. Thought the team did a great job, showed a lot of heart, and showed Churchill that they have a big one coming in playoffs too.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Motive Pure, reinventing rehydration. Don't look now, but it's time for the return of Feed Your TV. This week's submission comes all the way from Seattle, where former Episcopal star Mark Masterson used his phone to capture some eye-popping action.
Top shelf.
That's Henry Dolson doling out some high heaters against Tierney Masterson. Guess what, Mark? You're our winner. Free t-shirt coming your way. Submit your own video and you could be our next winner. Let's go all the way to Woodberry Forest, Virginia, where the Tigers took a 2-0 lead on the visiting Bulldogs. But Cormac Dugan beats his man from behind and sticks it lefty to make it 2-1. In the second, James Hewell, another lefty. Tigers up 5-3 at the break, but the third quarter would belong to St. Albans. Kevin Doherty's third goal of the game makes it 5-4. Then it's Bobby Beers with the face dodge and goal, tied at 5. Then Doherty again, and it's 6-5 Bulldogs after 3. Neither team drawing blood for the first 11 minutes of the fourth, until finally Todd Fedek buries this shot off the roll dodge, and we're tied with 59 seconds left. Now Woodberry with the ball, and it's David Little who finds the back of the net with 7 seconds to go. Woodberry wins it, 7-6. Still in the Old Dominion, and a couple of top tens facing off. A nice feed from Charlie Schneider to Matt Potolicchio, who sticks it in for the 1-0 lead. Here in the second, Potolicchio takes the shot, and Sean O'Brien throws in the rebound, 3-0 Bears. Perfect fast break finished off by O'Brien, and it's 4-0. To the fourth, and Schneider finds Potolicchio, who puts in his fourth of the game, and Landon wins it 8-0. The Landon defense shuts out its second straight opponent.
Sperry Tents, Washington, D.C. offers a range of tents, lighting, and flooring for weddings and events of all sizes. Working for Sperry Tents is also a great summer job for high school and college students. Visit us at SperryTentsDC.com.
Another big Northern Region matchup for Westfield at Oakland. John Aversa strikes first with this lefty goal. Then he intercepts this clearing pass and takes it in again and makes it a 2-0 Bulldog lead. Oakland on the board with this rip. But here's Aversa again giving Westfield a 3-goal cushion. Second quarter, here come the Cougars. Corey Harris wraps up a 4-goal run for Oakland, who jumps in front 5-4. Now to the fourth, and Westfield trailing 7-6, the Bulldog run begins. Aversa ties it at 7. Then Aversa finds Mitchell Garcia, and Westfield takes the lead back. The Bulldogs outscored the Cougars 4-2 in the fourth. Aversa finished with 8 points. Springbrook making their first appearance in the Montgomery County top 5 last week, and here they are hosting Walter Johnson for a chance to move up in the rankings. First quarter, great passing on a fast break, and Chris Kittleberger with the finish. Kittleberger again, fake and dunk. Springbrook up by 1. Second quarter, Jake Verner rolls, dips, and puts it away. Wildcats up 4-3. Still third quarter, and Chris McCurry snipes one from the outside. Fourth quarter, Michael Snodderly extends the Wildcat lead and pays the price. Brian Robinson splits 3 defenders and scores his third goal of the game, but the Blue Devils come up a bit short in the upset bid. Walter Johnson wins one on the road. This week's player in focus, Calverton Junior midfielder Nick Mazza.
I started, playing lacrosse as, a grade schooler and, never really took it seriously till 7th grade when our coach, Jonathan Montez, saw me play. And that's when I really started working hard, trying to use both hands. And ever since then, lacrosse has been my life.
Nick's an outstanding player. He has great passion for the game. Has a stick in his hands every minute of the day. Even walking through school, he's stringing a stick, doing something lacrosse-oriented. Just an outstanding kid with a great passion for the game. Honestly, it's his passion for the game that made him a Division I sophomore commit. He's just a great player.
We tried to get a new schedule, get some good teams on, and that's what we've been pursuing for the past couple years. And so far, we're pretty successful in that aspect.
These kids love playing lacrosse. They put their life into it. They work really hard in the season, out of the season, during the summer, playing club ball. They do everything they need to do to become better lacrosse players, and that's resulted in our success during this spring. I think when he steps on the field, he sees things in a different way. He has that special sense for the game. He has all the skills, but he really just sees the game in a different way and knows what's going to happen next and is prepared for it.
STX Surgeon. I got a low pocket with 2 U's if you care to see it. And then I'm using this Warrior Crypto Pro Diamond. It's really light shaft. Really like it. I think it goes well with the head. Maybe some Eminem or Young Jeezy. They'll get me pretty hype. So I like to get their songs in my head. That'll get me going.
He's an honest, he's a hard-working, and he's a passionate kid. A lot of passion for life, for living. Not always perfect, but he always rebounds from his mistakes, learns from mistakes, and comes back stronger the next time. And it's that resolve that I think I appreciate most in him.
The Player in Focus is brought to you by Madlax. Madlax is DC, Maryland, and Virginia lacrosse. And now Tommy Joe's presents the rankings. In Montgomery County, the 2 and 3 teams swap, and Churchill holds on to the top spot despite an overtime loss at Wooten. Over in Northern Virginia, Langley is making a case to rename the top spot the Saxon seat after owning the throne all year. Bullis continues their amazing run this season and sits just below Gonzaga, who faces a huge test against Landon this week. Overall, Chantilly moves into the top 10 and becomes the first new team on this list in 5 weeks. Thank you, Chargers. Can they hold on until next week? The rankings are proudly presented by Tommy Joe's, serving great food in a great atmosphere, located in Bethesda. Visit them at TommyJoes.com. Next week on the DMV Lacrosse Roundup, the intensity keeps on rising as we start conference, district, and regional playoff games. If you want to know what happened, be sure not to miss Episode 8. For game film, highlights, or sponsorship, visit us at automaticsports.com.